What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 7 things I had never seen before I came to the USA. This should be a good video. Feli from Germany we're checking out today.
Yeah.
Which I like to caveat this every time because we always get comments, even though we caveat it. The blurred is on her end. She's blurred everything to do with like this whole name argument and stuff like that. Previously, it's in her description. The link to her video is in our description as well, isn't it? So what should we do?
Wait until after the video.
Yeah, wait till after the video. We still appreciate that. I hope you're having a fantastic day already as well. By the way, I can't move. I'm like strict because I'm not even going to do it. But like the sun is really bright. Like the sun is directly behind us, isn't it?
You can kind of see like it's gonna come.
You can see a tiny bit, but if I move, it just knocks everything out. It's so bright. So I'm strict. Stay still. We'll try my best there. Are you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Smash that like button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Let's check out 7 things I'd never seen before I came to USA. And we'll say whether we've seen it or not.
Yep.
Let's go. And the hitting the record button strikes again, but we're ready to go now.
Hey, do you think we could stop at an ATM? I need to get some cash.
Yep, sure. There's one right over there, actually. And
there's 2 of them.
Here we go.
It is good editing, to be fair.
Here, give me your card.
Wait, what is this place?
A drive-through ATM. Never seen one of them in my life.
Did you not know where that was going?
I didn't. I thought she was just gonna put ATM in my head. I was like, we have ATMs. I was like, what? Drive-through ATMs. Yeah, never had them. They are cool.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but since the fall of 2016, I've mainly been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And during that time, I've had lots of experiences with cultural differences, as you guys know, since that's what this channel is mainly about.
Yeah,
and some of those experiences were situations where I was like, what is that? Or what is this thing for? Which often made me sound like a little child discovering the world for the first time, but that's pretty much what it was, because there were quite a few things that I had never seen in my 22 years of living in Germany, and that's what this video is going to be about. So here are 7 things I've never seen before I came to the US.
Yeah, drive-through ATM, the first one.
The first thing on my list is drive-through ATMs.
Helpful,
and before I continue, I just want to give a disclaimer for the whole video. These are my personal experiences. I'm sure some of these things do exist in Germany somewhere. I'm sure there is a drive-through ATM somewhere, but I personally, growing up in Munich, I had never seen that before I came to the US. And here, it's a pretty common thing, just like anything drive-through in the US, drive-through pharmacies, coffee shops, liquor stores, and I've heard that there's even a drive-through wedding chapel in Las Vegas.
Wow,
so just a couple weeks after I first came to Cincinnati for my
Vegas thing, isn't it? That is such a Vegas thing.
My exchange semester in 2016, I was in the car with a few friends and we were on our way to this event hosted by the university with a concert and food trucks, and we wanted to get some cash before we got there. So my friend said we're stopping by an ATM on the way there, and I was mind blown when we pulled into this drive-through ATM a few minutes later and we could get cash without even leaving our car. I was like, wow, Americans really don't like to walk. I had never gotten cash from a car before, but since then I've done it many times myself, and I do have to say it is very convenient.
Sounds convenient.
It does sound convenient.
The second point on my list has to do with driving as well, and that's because people just drive a lot more in the US than they do in Germany, especially compared to more urban areas in Germany.
Longer drives
here in the
as well.
US, except for major cities like New York, cars are the main way of getting around. Distances are long because this is just a huge country, public transportation is pretty poor or doesn't exist at all, and people can drive at the age of 16, which is pretty important here because in most places you really wouldn't be able to get around otherwise, and you would be dependent on your parents forever. So it's very common in the US to drive everywhere, and even in bigger cities here in the Midwest, like Cincinnati, you won't see many people walk or take a bike or public transportation. And with that also comes that you'll see
I'm surprised that bikes. Is bikes becoming more common? This video is obviously a bit older. Let us know in the comments, because I feel like in the UK at least, well, especially Jersey, it's such a small. Bikes are becoming a lot more, especially electric bikes. They definitely are becoming a lot more popular. So please let us know.
I thought that might be a European thing.
It might be. That's what I mean. It may just be a European thing.
I thought maybe France and all that are kind of on it as well with their, because they have like their you you like pay and then you get to go on the bikes around. But New York had that.
Yes, they did, but I feel like that was a touristy
is that-
thing, the New York one. I felt really touristy. I don't know if it is, but it felt really touristy.
not the bikes we got, but they have like the pay and you pull out a
just
bike.
hop on, go.
But then I
hop
guess
off.
New York is a place, if she said that is one of the places where cars aren't.
Subway and stuff like that, definitely. Let us know in the comments. Like I say, I know France is massive on it. When we've been to France a few times, everyone's cycling, stuff like
Jersey,
that.
everybody, loads of people cycling.
Jersey is massive, there's a load of bike lanes, but in the US, let us know. Obviously for long distances, no, but within cities and stuff like that,
I guess maybe your job could be at the other side of the city, couldn't it? Though, and you
could be. Let us know in the comments. We'd appreciate it.
Stand at stoplights, sometimes even in the middle of the street on the median with a sign held up. And when I first saw that, I automatically thought it was a hitchhiker. So I was like, wow, there's lots of hitchhikers in Cincinnati, until I realized that they were really homeless people, and on the signs, they were describing their situation and asking for money. So what you'll see is that when a driver is waiting at a red light and wants to give them money, they'll just roll down their window and the person will walk up to the car and take it. And of course, it's not like I had never seen homeless people or people asking for money in Germany, but in Munich, you'll usually see them on the sidewalks, in the pedestrian area, in subway stations, or wherever people might walk by.
The closest I can think of to that is when we were in Rotherham and went to the McDonald's drive-through, and there was the homeless guy.
He was at the drive-through.
He was at the drive-through.
Which is kind of parking, I guess, isn't it? But I've never ever seen someone on the side of the road go up to a car.
Not
and
like a
take
traffic light kind
No,
of
I've never seen that. Again, let us know how common it is.
Rather than at stoplights.
We have some of these.
With that, let's...
We've been sent these, haven't we? Yeah. Again, I feel like this is a massive American thing.
Yeah.
It's a massive American thing, isn't it?
It is. You don't see that in the UK.
You never see that in the UK, but we have them because you legends have given us some, and they are quite helpful.
They are.
They are quite helpful, definitely.
Move on to the third thing on my list that I had never seen before I came to the US, and that is Koozies.
I didn't know
they
were
look
called
like
Koozies.
this and are a pretty normal household item here. I'd say most people have at least one of these at home. Many people have dozens of these at home, but I personally had never seen that before I came here, and I had no clue what they were for when I first saw them. But as you can see, I do have some Koozies myself now, because they're a pretty popular giveaway item and merch item. And they're mostly used when people drink beer or other alcohol.
Yeah.
You put your can or a bottle in this thing, and that way your drink stays cool, especially in the summer. I've actually mentioned Koozies in my video on alcohol culture, and in that video I said that they keep your hand from getting cold, since drinks here are usually extremely cold. And I said that because that's the only reason I've ever used them, but the official purpose is actually to keep your hand from warming up the drink and not the other way around. So I just want to get that straight.
Yeah, I thought it was hand, like condensation.
Your hand, yeah.
Just sometimes you get a beer, obviously you don't get a beer out of the fridge because you're not really a big fan of beer, are you? But I'll get a beer out of the fridge, and you're pregnant at the moment. 36 weeks, well, 36 and a half, which is mad. Get a beer out of the fridge. But there's condensation on it quite a lot of the time. Your hand gets a little bit wet, cold. Because it, boom, straight in, hands are dry. I always thought it was just for hand
But actually, it
comfort.
makes sense. Keeps your drink cooler.
Insulated, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes sense.
Why don't we have them in Germany? I'm not 100% sure, but I'd assume that it's because we're not afraid of our drinks getting warm as much as Americans are.
Same as UK.
And we also don't drink out of cans a lot, and I believe that cans warm up faster than bottles.
Okay.
This one I actually didn't really notice until 2018 when I got my master's at the University of Cincinnati and taught German there at the same time. Because when I did my exchange semester in 2016, I never actually had a class in a normal classroom because the program was called Electronic Media, and I mostly just took video and audio production classes that were taught more in a studio setting. But then when I taught German 2 years later, my classes took place in normal standard classrooms, and that's when I noticed these things on the walls.
Ooh.
Most
We
classrooms
have that.
have one.
Do it?
Not that exact type.
Yeah.
We have pencil sharpeners on the wall
Oh,
in
wow.
our school.
Yeah, in your school. I suppose it depends on what school.
In most schools in Jersey.
I've only ever been in one school, well, a couple of schools in the UK, not Jersey. Got to take your own pencil sharpener.
In the schools I've been in Jersey, that's
But
that's pretty standard.
pretty standard. Yeah, there you go.
Not
So
like
it
that.
is
They don't look like that, but they look
yeah.
like
Well, it's like a proper wind, isn't
they
it?
look like the UK ones. There's so many different types of pencil sharpeners.
So many different. There you go. There you go. Two different people.
And it's over a bin.
Seen different things. That makes sense over a bin. Is that on over a bin, or maybe it has a cottage?
Maybe it's like
I don't
a
know.
own, yeah.
Let us know in the comments again, please.
of these attached to the wall, and I was completely lost at first as to what this is until I saw someone use it for the first time, and it's a pencil sharpener. And before you ask, yes, we do have pencil sharpeners in Germany too, but it's not very common for German students to write with a pencil in school. I've actually talked a little more about that in this video, and therefore pencil sharpeners aren't really a thing that students need after elementary school. And even in elementary school, I've never seen a pencil sharpener on the wall in Germany. The students just have their own sharpeners.
Yeah, I've always just
Again,
taken my
I'm
own.
sure somewhere in
primary
Germany
school?
you can
Yeah,
find
in
these.
primary, I had a little pencil case.
Really?
Even though I didn't really have a pencil case, so most of the time the teacher would just give me their pencil sharpener, I'd use theirs, or I'd use my mates.
See, in Jersey, I didn't take a pencil case till secondary school.
Yeah.
Because we had loads of drawers with like rubbers and pencil
Yeah.
sharpeners and.
I just either use my mates or the teachers, or on the odd occasion I remembered mine, I'd use mine. There you go.
Interesting.
Interesting differences between Jersey and the UK as well.
On the wall too, or maybe it used to be a thing back in the day, but I personally had never seen this item before I came to the US, and here it seems to be a pretty standard thing in classrooms.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Spray
Whether
cheeses.
it's spray butter, spray oil, or
Spray
even
butter.
spray cheese,
Yeah, I've seen
Americans
that.
have
Spray on
some
your toast.
interesting food items here that I had definitely never seen before, and especially the spray stuff threw me off a little
have
in
got
the
spray
beginning.
oil.
Spray
Yeah,
bu-
spray oil. We actually use it sometimes, don't
Yeah, we
we?
do have spray oil.
Um,
Spray butter seems like such a good, especially because you know when you butter toast, sometimes it goes.
Yeah,
or
then you get the crumbs back in the butter, and then
Spray- I've
someone
seen
has
it.
jam, and they get the jam in the butter.
I don't do that. I use a different knife.
No, but some people do.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
not
were
saying
implying
that.
me. I
I'm
was
not
like-
implying you.
I definitely don't. My OCD wouldn't handle
Some
that.
people have one knife of a jam and then use a butter, and then you just got
But
jam
I've
in your
seen it
butter.
on Jess Fam. She's making because she had like 7 kids, making her kids toast for breakfast. Spray.
Yeah, but
spray,
is it good? Let us know in the comments. Is the spray
Butter's
butter any
well.
good? Right.
Spray
I-
cheese, was it good?
I enjoyed it. It's different though. It is different. Let us know if it's
Spray
good.
oil.
Yeah, it works. I don't care
Yeah,
what it
butter
tastes
works.
like. It does the job. Let us know. Spray butter, is it good or not?
butter and spray oil are things that I've seen in a lot of American households. Maybe that's just because of the widespread fear of fat here, and people think that with regular butter and oil, they're gonna get too much of it. I'm not sure, but again, I've never seen that in Germany, and to most Europeans I've talked to, that seems pretty unnecessary. I mean, why not use your regular oil and butter? And the sprayed cheese, I don't even know what to say to that,
Why
but in
not?
general,
Why
there's
not?
lots of things that Americans call cheese that aren't actually cheese, so that's just something that I had to get used to.
Yeah, very processed, isn't it? But as long as it tastes
This is
good.
something you see on the streets a lot that I feel like is probably not even allowed in Germany, and it's these huge pickup trucks with dual wheels in the back. In
Oh, see, that's
general,
mad.
there are
That
a
is
lot
mad. They
of
are
pickup
mad.
trucks on American streets compared
That's
to
mad.
Germany, and
only ever
just
seen it on a
so
bus.
many huge
Or
cars.
do
And
a lorry,
A lorry,
or something
I
like that
guess,
has them. But a
Not
normal car,
cars.
a normal car to have basic dual wheels, that got quite mad actually.
SUVs that wouldn't even fit through all the streets in Germany, but the dual wheels really are something that to me seems like the epitome of this whole land of extremes vibe of the US. And I often even see this in the city where it doesn't even seem like the person actually needs a truck, let alone dual wheels, so I guess some people just have it because they can.
Okay.
I guess some people might only have a pickup truck.
Yeah, that is just their car.
Like that's just
potentially.
their car.
And they
'Cause
just
if
like
they
it like that.
if they are out of the city more than they're in the city, you'd get a car that suits your lifestyle. Like
100%.
if you can only afford one car,
I do
it's-
feel like a lot of people just have pickup though. Even if your lifestyle doesn't need a pickup, I feel like a load of Americans love pickups, which is fair enough. Each to your own. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, but you're not gonna buy like if you have pick one car, you pick.
You'd pick
If
the
you want
most
that car-
convenient of the one you
Yeah,
want.
if you want that car, you're not gonna just pick up one because you're going into the city a few times.
100%. 100%.
Unless you got loads of money.
And the last-
Bears.
Unless you're loaded, yeah. What a beater. What do you reckon beaters are? Banged up cars? Because it showed a car with injuries on it.
Like a beaten, like a rundown car.
That's what I'm thinking.
This
Yeah.
point on my list has to do with cars again, and this one goes back to the fact that in Ohio and most other states, they don't have car inspections that your car has to pass in order to keep the registration. In
Oh,
Germany,
wow.
we have a pretty strict inspection every 2 years called TÜV, and that's the reason why you hardly ever see damaged cars on
We have
German
MOT.
streets. Maybe you'll
MOT,
see
yeah.
a dent here and there or some rust, but in the US, you'll see beaters, so broken cars all the time. You know, cars that look like they just got out of an accident where there's the bumper missing or half of the hood or
Yeah,
the
you
side
get pulled
mirror.
over by the police
And
for
that
that.
was
Yeah, we call it MOT. I'm assuming it's the same as their tough thing. We have MOTs.
You'd get pulled over by the police for that.
100%.
definitely something that shocked me in the beginning to see cars like that on the highway because it's just not something you'll ever see in Germany.
Whoa, is that it?
That was my list of things.
That was it. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. Different list. I've not heard some of those things before.
To be fair, that is why I enjoy doing Felly from Germany. That's her name on it. Because it's always different. It's not. It's sometimes it's a little bit like with the WhatsApp and stuff like
And the
when we
tipping is
previously
a
done.
few, but generally you get.
And it seems a little bit nitpicky at times, but I like it because it's different.
Yeah, they're not the same as everybody else's.
She's trying to think outside the box, personal to her as well. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you're smash that button, smash that subscribe button. Enjoy that?
Yeah.
I've just said smash that button, subscribe. Oh, why would I say that again? I don't really know. What should they do?
Have a fantastic
And
day.
we will see you legends in the next one. Peace.